Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch, on this 01.03.2024 New Year. Current time is 06:26 a.m. I know, I'm late. I'm running late. I slept in this morning. 06:26 a.m. is the current time here in Upstate New York, the southern tier of Upstate New York, where I live and reside. This Wednesday morning, it is Hump Day. Feels like a Monday. Man, that holiday on a Monday just throws me off as far as that goes. But good morning, Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on the Twitch. Fireman Rich over there on X/Twitter, Truth Social, Blue Sky, Instagram Threads, and I'm also over there on the public Facebook of the real Fireman Rich. I post on one, it's posted across the board. Just posted up that we are broadcasting here. Our stream looks like it is excellent. That is great. Starting out here on this Wednesday, some folks, well, I think most folks were returning to work yesterday, or else at least sometime this week and stuff like that. I'm just getting my butt going today. I was a little late yesterday for the audio podcast, and on Monday, did I broadcast? No, I broadcast later in the morning there and stuff. But we, what the hell did we do yesterday? We did not. Let me just fix this just a tad. It doesn't look like much, but it is much. What is it? We took our walk after lunch yesterday, and it was a gorgeous day out yesterday. Just a tad chilly, as far as that goes. Tim Fan, yo, good morning to you, Tim Fan, coming in from Michigan. Thank you for being here this morning, Tim. Raise my coffee cup to coffee. Oh, it wouldn't be a coffee. I gotta remember to say that. This would not be a coffee broadcast if we didn't have the coffee here. And we do have the morning coffee. Good morning, Tim. Raising my coffee cup to you. I hope you're starting off with a good start to the day. A hashtag positive start to the day. Hashtag PSTTD. And at 6:29 this morning, we're running late. We're still going to stay on for an hour and a half. Maybe we'll push it to 2 hours and stuff like that. My new phone has got to set that up here. Yeah. We got notifications and stuff going on here. Let's see, mobile, and there we are. Okay, there's the picture there that we want to see right there. Okay. And yes, sir, Michigan game was. Yeah, I saw that. Congratulations to the folks that are Michigan. My older brother, though, I was talking to him. I didn't realize the game was on when he texted me. He's saying, he at end of his first text here, he goes, "Go Bama," and that made me think. Well, let me check the TV. Oh, the game's on. A good game. I don't know what Alabama was doing. They did not look like the same Alabama the last time I watched them, was probably over a year ago or so. But Michigan, I think Michigan might be. What about the Texas Longhorns losing to? Is it Wisconsin or Washington? Washington State, I think it is. It's just like, wow. Washington State, I guess it is. Texas lost. Yeah, Washington. Yeah, it's just. But my hat's off to Michigan. I think Michigan, they've been there twice. Yeah, I'm going to root for Michigan. I'm rooting for Michigan. I sort of figured Michigan was going to win when I started watching. It's like, they look a little tough, but Alabama's sticking in there, so you never know. And both games, I guess, went right. I didn't see the second game. It went right down to the wire. So the college championships are well on their way. Michigan against Washington State there for the NCAA championship. So you feel it? Yeah. Well, they've been there twice before, from what they were talking about. And good morning to the real Ted Hicks. Good morning. And Ted Hicks says good morning. Okay, she's out there somewhere. Good morning, Ted. Oh, you're here right at the beginning, Ted. Good morning. Yeah. So some good college football. My older brother, I didn't ask him, but I know he lost some money. He lost, yeah. He's a bettor. He likes to gamble. He does the bet bit and stuff like that. So, but he'll recover it. Believe me, he does. He just he has a knack for gambling and stuff like that. And he's retired. He's been retired for over 5 6 years now. Yeah, he's 70. He's 70, but he still looks like he's in his 60s, early 60s. He looks younger than me sometimes, as far as that goes. He's my older brother, and he lives downstate. He lives downstate, out there down in town in Newburgh is where he lives at, down in that area, West Point, Newburgh area, as far as that goes. And Ted, looking forward to no, I don't know if this is going to be a 3 hour because I started late. We're going to probably be going for a morning walk. We deferred our morning walk yesterday. I got the podcast on, and the missus had some stuff she had to do. Yesterday was her volunteer day, so we took a walk later. I just, for some reason, I stayed up late last night watching Oak Island. They're on History Channel, and then when I woke up, it was what? It was about what? About 5:10 after 5. So I said, "There's no way I'm going to make the 5:30 start time." So I've been dilly dallying here, just trying to get this first cup of coffee and stuff, and it just feels like a really okay, we're back to the grind now. Well, Tim and Ted are back to the grind as far as working. I'm a retired person there for the person watching on the replay from Rumble and YouTube. That's why I can do this broadcasting bit, and Ted Hicks there poking the fun as far as what Ted does. He does it good. He does. Ted, okay. No, he's poking this morning. He's as far as I've been doing 2 hour broadcasts, but the last couple one have been about an hour and a half and stuff. But Ted Hicks is in there, the real Ted Hicks. Give him a. There he goes. Yeah, he's laughing. Yeah, I can see Ted Hicks, who does on Thursday nights, which I made the last two late night broadcasts there on Thursday nights at I think it's 10 o'clock after Carmen's broadcast. If she doesn't, if Ted doesn't stretch out Carmen's broadcast, but that's where on X/Twitter that you can find Ted Hicks. And do I don't know, Tim. Do I have a card for you in here? Don't I? Yeah, don't I? I thought I had a card for you in here. Let's see. Where's your card? There's Tim's card. I knew we got Tim. These are Ted Hicks, and then Tim Fan 40. That's who's in the. He's our resident contractor. I'm in bed by Ted. Yeah, if I transition, but I took a nap yesterday after the walk. So last night I wanted to watch, and I still, with what I was doing, I missed out what they supposedly they discovered a new cavern. They got a water problem on Oak Island. Up there in Nova Scotia area in Canada and stuff. They're trying to find the treasure as far as that goes, and I like that show. I've been watching it. It's been out for over 10 years now, I think, and so I really enjoy it. But we're good to get a good start here with Tim Fan in the chat, and the real Ted Hicks in the chat also. Raise my coffee cup again to both of you guys. Thank you for being here. And right out of the gate, I usually have a habit of waiting to the end. But if you're watching this on YouTube and Rumble, where I repurpose this broadcast, also here on Twitch, where on the replays, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate the replay views and stuff like that. They are noticeable. They are very noticeable. Believe me. They are noticeable, and I greatly appreciate that as far as that goes, and it makes it all worth the while. Though I have fun, even if I got 1 or 2 views and stuff like that, I would, because this is fun. Broadcasting on Twitch is fun, and as far as that goes, I'm just one of many knuckleheads that are here broadcasting what they're doing in their particular time in their life and stuff like that. So, um, clear my throat here. Clear my throat. Okay, let's see. Let's get this going here. Currently, here in the southern tier of upstate New York, we have a temperature of um, what do we have? We have a temperature of 31 as I look on the wall clock for the outside temperature. 69, 68 degrees here in the house, but 31 degrees outside. So that's the differential between there and outside that window. Let's see. We got general cloudiness, high near 40 again. I think we hit 40, 45 yesterday, so it's going to be a good afternoon. Yesterday was gorgeous, even though it was 40, 40, but there was a slight breeze. The walk was just beautiful out yesterday afternoon. Winds of the west by southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The sun will be rising at 7:34 a.m., which is under an hour. We got in 57 minutes. The sun will be rising. This window of black will become light at 7:34 a.m. And it's currently 6:37, and the sun will be setting at 4:46 p.m. Just a few weeks ago, the sun was setting at 4:30, and what I'd say, the mountain over here, if it said 4:30, the sun, for all practical purpose, where I'm at, the sun would fall underneath, behind the mountain over there, the hill, and it would be about 5:10 after. So, right now, last night the sun, it did start getting dark until after 5. So we're getting extra sunlight. So I'm really stoked about that. That puts you in a good mood as far as for the year. And plus, no snow. No snow. I don't care if we didn't get any snow. I don't care what the frickin' tree hugging climate crazy folks, climate crisis crazy folks are thinking and stuff. It just they did say it did get warmer this year. Okay, how much? By 0.01 degree or something like that. It's just like they make it sound. The thing is, the sun. We had a lot of solar flares this past summer too. So you got to factor that in, folks. Where do we get our heat from? The heat is generated by the sun. If we didn't have that big ball of gas burning in the sky, we everything would be ice 3 miles high around, and we wouldn't be here. So Tony D, salute to you, sir, and hashtag salute, hashtag positive start today, PSTTD, and good morning to the missus as far as that goes. And Ted said good morning too. Okay, there we go. We got the good mornings to you guys. Tony D is in the audience. Good to have you here, Tony. I'm running a little late as far as that goes. There's Tony D's card. Tony D, who does Bell Kings Fantasy Football on Sunday mornings, brother veteran, fellow broadcaster and good friend, along with Ted Hicks and Tim Fan 40 there in the chat. But that's his. And Ted saying hi to Tony there. They're both at the job as well as Tim, but they sneak out and they watch this knucklehead. Let's see if I'm gonna go see what I'm up to and stuff like that. So we are getting. It is noticeable, and actually this is the earliest I've ever noticed it because I guess I don't have nothing else to do, seeing that I'm retired. That's one of the extra things I do, seeing that I'm retired and I don't work anymore. I'm enjoying retirement, believe me. I can just go out and say, yeah, the sun's just getting staying up a little bit longer. I should put a sundial outside. So let's see. Haven't left yet. Got to drop little man. Oh yeah, that's right. You had Jason over for the weekend. So I hope you had a good weekend, sir. And I wasn't on Bell Kings Fantasy Football this past Sunday. So I had family here from out of town. What a weekend. Great weekend. I love it when we have a full house. Christmas was okay, but we didn't have the full house that I like to have. This past weekend we did. So it was really good and enjoyable and a good way to start the new year as far as that goes. So we took it easy and chilled. I saw the replay It was a good broadcast. Tony puts on a good broadcast. He gives a good insight. I think next week is going to be the last one, I think, right? Because this upcoming week is week 18. That's the last week. And I think the way it looks like, Tony, if you hold your own this week, you're going to win it all. You're still in first place, followed by CBS as far as that goes. But I sort of dropped down towards the bottom and stuff like that. And I won't be surprised then. So I didn't do the charts yesterday. I'll be doing the charts today and stuff like that, and getting out the list for this week. So I might do a broadcast maybe later today. Afterwards, maybe later this. Well, who's Wednesday? Who broadcast? Oh, that's just Glick is just broadcast. I can broadcast over Glick. And then we can raid Glick's broadcast. Let's see our world times and temperatures. Let me get back on track here. In Honolulu, Hawaii, at 1:42 a.m. Cloudy skies with some clearing. 73 degrees Fahrenheit. The leagues are over, but I'll still broadcast through to the Super Bowl. Okay, yeah, we can still broadcast and talk about football. This will be the last week for the win-loss. For those folks watching on the replay on Rumble and YouTube and Twitch, we have all this football season. We've had 6 knuckleheads, me one of the 6, picking winners and losers, and I've been keeping tabs on who's got the most wins and stuff like that. So it's sort of like, it's not really fantasy football. It's just a win-loss thing, and it's sort of interesting as far as to see. And Tony right now is doing good. Right now, should be final numbers for the season. Yeah, this week will be the final number because without taking it, we can make picks, but I'm not going to count them and stuff like that. Ted says we gotta run Belt Kings through the playoffs. Let's go. Yeah, that's what Tony just said there, Ted. So, and I was going to think, I think we did it last year too, Tony, didn't we? I don't remember. I think it was sporadic and stuff like that. Oh, I got some news. Oh, I got to bring that up. Let me bring that up. I got some. I'm going to talk about football, but it's not going to be about the NFL. We can still continue football. Let me see. Where is it? I got to bring that up. I got to make sure I have that up during the present. Let's see. Let's bring up that week 17, and I think it's down. Yeah, there it is. That's what I need to bring up. Okay, I got that article up. That's the article I wanted to bring up. Okay, we'll talk about that for football. Okay, I got it prepped. I just wanted to prep it as far as that goes. Let's see, Honolulu, Hawaii at 1:44, 73 degrees Fahrenheit, partly cloudy with some clearing. Phoenix, Arizona at 4:44 a.m., clear skies, 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City at 5:44 a.m., 32 degrees Fahrenheit. New York City, the jungle, 36 degrees, clear skies. Let's see, did Tony give me his? Yeah, Tony gave me his. Down in Warner Robins, Georgia, he has 29 degrees. You're colder than we are, Tony. Jeez, we're at 31. 29 degrees Fahrenheit down there in Warner Robins, Georgia. High of 50. Low of 28, cloudy. And Ted says, what's up with the Panthers owner who threw? Well, he's going to get fined. I saw that. I was watching Sports Center yesterday, just before and after dinner, and they showed that guy. I don't care if you own it. I don't care if you're a billionaire. You don't go spilling a drink on somebody. Yell and bark at them, but don't spill a drink, you ass. Your team sucks anyway. If you're just realizing it at the second to the last game, you're gonna throw somebody. You gotta get your head out of your butt, there, dude. My God, relax. If you're worried about them now, geez, you got, I don't know. Let's see, across the pond in Cork, Ireland at 11:45. There you go, Ted. You're distracting me. Ted's in the house. They'll probably get rid of him. No, they can't get rid of the owner. They'll fine him. It takes the other owners to get rid of an owner, Tony. You should know that. And the NFL's not going to get rid of it. He owns the thing. That's not going to be enough to... With some of the stuff that's been going on, the refs that made that call against the Detroit last week, they're playing this week. I thought they were suspended for the rest of the season. That's worse. Those guys should lose their job over that call that last week on the Dallas. Dallas won. Yeah, okay, they won. Yeah, with an asterisk. Okay, that was pretty obvious as far as how that. But they did with Sterling. Oh, did they? But was that? I don't. How bad was that compared to throwing a drink? I don't think that's. He's not gonna. No, you don't lose a team over spilling a drink. They'll fine him, and they'll probably compensate that guy that got spilled on or stuff like that. First time jacked or objective. Sorry to bother. Oh, hang on for a minute, folks. Hang on. Let's see what we got here. Let's see, what else do I want to do? Let's see. Yeah, we're cleaning up on aisle 6, so just give me a minute here, folks. How do I do that? I forgot how I got the first thing, but there was another thing I wanted to do. Oh, there it is. It's right. Is it right there? No, that's not it. No, we did that. Okay, we got it cleaned up. Okay, we got it. I thought I had. Yeah, is that the guy there, Tony? Yeah, we're not going to give him any oxygen. Getting back to the subject, Ted says he's the owner. He'll be fine. Slightly wrapped on the nut. Yeah, I think that's and we took care of the cleanup on aisle 8. There's 2 functions you got to do. I can't think of the second function though. Pin, no, we don't want to do that. I thought there was something else we could do. No, I could do it later. I got it cleaned up anyway. He's not going to come back. Okay, let's get this back here. Okay. All right, we're continuing on. We're across the pond in Cork, Ireland, at 11:49 a.m. Cloudy skies, 45 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italy, we have at 12:50 p.m. Cloudy with some sun, 46 degrees Fahrenheit. In Kuala Lumpur, we have clear skies in Kuala Lumpur at 7:50 p.m. in the evening, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. In Tokyo, Japan at 8:50 p.m. Cloudy skies, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. In Australia, Melbourne, Australia at 10:50 p.m. we have cloudy skies at 68 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Sydney, Australia at 10:50 p.m. partly cloudy skies with some clearing, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. There's something else that you could do. And where is it? No, I blocked the individual, but there was a second thing where I do the block and ban. I got to do the ban afterwards. That's okay, but we got it taken care of. That's an automatic. Hey, good morning, Helen. Helen's coming in from Edinburgh, Scotland. Good morning, Helen. Glad to have you. Just had to take a little bit of a cleanup here as far as that goes. I haven't had one of those in a while. So that's an automatic and stuff. Helen is joining us from um, Edinburgh, Scotland. And, okay, where's Helen's card? Oh, there's Helen. Helen is a radio entity there that she's over there on Mixcloud and 365radio.co. You can follow her over there on Twitter/X and check out what she's up to. Thank you for being here this morning, Helen. Happy New Year. I know we said Happy New Year's the day before, so I'm going to raise my coffee cup to you. Glad to have you here. Clean up on aisle 3. You didn't spill your coffee. No, I blocked and I was just looking. I usually if somebody come, we had a first time chatter here that did the what did he want? He wanted to promote your channel. You know that bull crap. I don't want to swear. You just and I think that guy, this individual had been. I just recognized the thing. I think I thought I blocked him because I think this guy was over on Tony's broadcast doing racial or. He had a name similar to somebody that was on Tony's. Yeah, okay, that's what I figured it was a bot, but I still block and ban it and stuff. I couldn't find a ban though. I usually find the ban. I'll find it afterwards. So we took care of it, and we're moving on here as far as that goes. So those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. And we do have a thought for the day, and it's from our good friend Albert Einstein. And as we all know, he's been on here many a times with his quotes for our thought for the day. Albert Einstein, a German-born theoretical physicist who is widely held as one of the greatest and most influential scientists of all times, if not his mind too. He's a great guy. He would be right behind Abraham Lincoln and Gandhi as far as to sit down to talk to. I think it would be interesting to have a coffee with him. I wonder if he drank. I wonder, he's German born, so he probably would enjoy a good beer, a good brew. His quote and our thought for today goes as follows. Let's see, where I got to bring up my Twitter here. I posted it over there on Twitter, my third posting over there for the morning, and it goes as follows. I never think about the future. Yeah, sometimes I do, but Albert Einstein says, I never think about the future. It comes soon enough. And it does. Before you know it, it's here. I'm always one to say you can look back, you can peek back at where you came from, but you can never relive what, unless you have a time machine, theoretically. I don't know even know if it's theoretical. You can't relive where, you can't go back in time and relive your life. So the same holds true that don't worry about the future. It's going to come to you. It's the current, now, and present that you should be concerned with because that's going to dictate how the future rolls out as far as that goes. Life is so short, time goes by too exactly, Helen. And then we have a certain amount of time that we visit this blue marble and we try and make the best of it. And that's my take on it. So I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. And just like yesterday, I wasn't worried about the future. Wasn't worried about the past. I was just enjoying a very good afternoon walk with the missus out there on the golf course. And the squirrels were out playing. I don't normally see the squirrels. The squirrels are all over the place. They're just having a ball as far as that goes. But Helen is right. Life is so short. Time goes by too soon. And as far as that goes. So thank you, Albert Einstein, for our quote, your quote, and our thought for today. Okay, let's see. We only have 2 for today for the national days. You got National Drinking Straw Day. I don't use straws anymore. I used to. I don't drink it. So many people are just exist, not really. Yeah. But I think eventually they wake up and they try and live, as far as that goes. I attract squirrels. Oh, you do? Ellen. Let's see. National Drink Straw. No, I don't like that. I like this one because I had some yesterday. National Chocolate. Well, this is National Chocolate Covered Cherry Day. I like that one. That's our national day. We didn't have no chocolate covered cherries, but we have plenty of chocolates in the house. That's for sure. The missus has a whole boatload. They seek me out, squirrels and crows. Oh, do they? But today is I love the missus doesn't like the chocolate covered cherries. I do. I love them. It was always a treat going to the movie. I would go to the movie. There's a couple times I went to the movies with my mother, and she would always buy me the little box of chocolate covered cherries out. And when I was like, oh man, that was a real treat. That was like, oh, January 3rd spotlights National Chocolate Covered Cherry Day and a favorite during many holidays. Furthermore, National Confectionaries Association has been known to recognize this day as an annual event. Hashtag Chocolate Covered Cherry Day. Let's see. Everyone has way too much chocolate. Yeah, that's for sure. That's sure. I just got done with a big box of jelly beans I got for Christmas. It's probably the most sugar I've eaten. Chocolate covered cherries are also they can be either store bought or homemade. I don't know if you could. I would not want to attempt to make these. I'll take the store bought. There are many recipes that mimic the flavor of this well-loved candy. Either way, they are known as many. They're known to many as the midwinter pick-me-up. Okay, I didn't know that. During the 1700s in England, cherries were enclosed in chocolate with a little liqueur. After finding their way to the United States, Americans began delighting in the little bit of alcohol surrounding the fruit dip. Yeah, a little nip, just a little nip, surrounding dipped in the chocolate. Although originally made with the liqueur or chocolate covered cherries, are more commonly made with a sugar syrup flavor with cherries. The pitted cherries have been cooked in sugar syrup, so there's a lot of sugar in it. It's a lot of sugar. I'm practically running on Pringles and chocolate. There's a good combination. What's that?
Boy, I could go for some Lay's.
We got a potato chip in. The missus went to get Lay's potato chips. We got a bag of Lay's potato chips, and I guess I finished them off yesterday. And the missus only had a few chips. We usually get the regular store bought these the off-brand potato chips. So with family coming in, we get the Lay's potato chips are the high end of potato chips, I guess. So I've been hearing it from the missus. I shouldn't have ate all the potato chips, along with all the jelly beans. You got lots of chocolate though.
I do.
Oh. So I told the next bag of Lay's potato chip. I was going to go out and get a bag of Lay's potato chips yesterday. She said, no, that's okay. She's having fun just needling me with it. Yesterday we had the audio podcast, Fireman Rich audio podcast, talked about this planet they found that's almost as big as the sun. It's a good size proportional-wise. First time ever scientists find a planet almost as big as its host star. And how little we know about the universe, because the general consensus is your sun is always going to be way bigger than all your planets. Well, this planet comes pretty close to. It's not as big, but it's a lot larger than I think they said the star is a white dwarf, which is the smallest of the stars. So I had that yesterday, and that was pretty interesting as far as that. I like the space stuff. I love the space stuff. So and yesterday, like I said, I was running late doing the audio podcast yesterday. I usually start doing it right about 5:45, 6 o'clock, like I do this broadcast, but I just was running late. Let's see on our history. Boop, 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 boop. Moving right along here. How far away is it? Tony says it's a good portion away. Let me see. Let me go back to the article here. Hang on. I don't think it gave it. Let me see what the distance was. It's a ways. It's an exoplanet. let's see, far out in the galaxy. So it's way out there in the galaxy. So we're talking light years, Tony. It was Penn State found a planet that's just a little bit smaller than its host star, and surprising findings set potential changing the established ideas of planetary formations. Because the thing of it is, this sun did not create this planet because it's too large. There's no way possible. So it might have been traveling, and the gravitational pull of the dwarf star pulled it in. The exoplanet is twice the mass of any known body that orbits its star, and is less than 10, and its orbit is in 10 days. Every 10 days this planet goes around, so it's whipping around. I wonder what the gravitational is at. And the weight of this planet is at about 1/300th the mass of its star. So that sounds like a lot. 1/300. Wow, that's a lot. But by comparison, Mercury, which is the closest planet around the sun, that's 93 million times smaller. Okay, so this planet is bigger. It's probably maybe as large as Jupiter, as far as that goes. So the dwarf sun is a smaller sun, but by comparisons, the dwarf star is probably 1/100th. But this planet is probably almost 100 times larger than the Earth here. They never specify. They've been finding planets left and right. Yeah, but this is the first time they found the planet that's proportionally larger than its star, and the star did not make it. You know, the general consensus, Tony, and the premise of this article is our sun created all the planets around it. This is an example. Because of the size of this planet, this dwarf star did not create it. So that's a big significance, okay? So that's why they say it could change. Let's see, do they have... Yeah, the planet-forming disk around the low-mass star, which is LHS 3154, is not expected to have enough solid mass to make this planet, the Penn State professor said. But it's out there, so now we need to re-examine our understanding of how planets and stars are formed. So that's the premise of this article. It's changing, you know. It doesn't matter. They're finding planets, but this is the first one they found with this unique, you know, all the planets they found before, the sun is way larger. And I guess when it was wobbling, it might be a rogue. Yeah, I think it was a rogue that came in and it got sucked in. But it's every 10 days it's circling around. So I wonder what the havoc on the ground, you know, the forces. It's pretty interesting. So everything out there in outer space is still, you know, we don't know. But then again, we don't know what's in our oceans, in a manner of speaking. So it's interesting stuff to talk about. Let's see. In 1921 on this day, Turkey made peace with Armenia. I guess they were at war. And in 1939, National Hockey League. I don't watch hockey. I should try watching hockey. Bobby Hall, I know who he is, was born, one of the greatest players of all time, nicknamed the Golden Jet for his speed and blonde hair. Was born in 1939. On this day in 1977, Apple Computer was incorporated, and they never looked back. On this day in 1987, Aretha Franklin was the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She's a great lady. I loved her. She was in Animal House, I believe. Aretha Franklin. She can belt them out. She belted them out. 1993, Moscow and the United States cut nuclear warheads stockpiles in half as President Bush and Yeltsin signed the treaty, the SALT II Treaty. And I remember that. I keep on saying this. The SALT II Treaty, every time they mention it, I saw firsthand nuclear weapons coming down off the aircraft, being put on the tractor trailer and wheeled out of the alert area back into the WSA, which is called Weapons Storage Area. The Blues Brothers. Okay, that's right. I'm sorry. Thank you, Tony. She was in the Blues Brothers. Okay. I was just thinking of Belushi. But Salt 3 or Salt 2, I saw that firsthand. I thought I would never see in my entire life a nuclear weapon go by me, because the fire department, we were staged at certain locations because that was the procedure, just in case something happened. One fell off the trailer. I forgot. Yeah, but I remember that one because I remember being at me and the missus were in there. We were living in Derby, Kansas, which is right outside Wichita, and it was at McConnell Air Force Base. And I went in that night when I saw the president come on. He made a big announcement that they were scaling. They were standing down the alert. A number of the alert B-52s and B-1 bombers. And McConnell Air Force Base had 10, I think it was 10 B-1s that were on alert that had cruise missiles up in the Bombay area. And I told the missus, I said, yeah, I'm going to be going in tomorrow. We'll be on standby all day tomorrow. And it was a Sunday. He was on a Saturday night, so we come in on Sunday. As soon as I came in, it said, the guys are saying, Sergeant Roberts, you need to get your gear. We need trucks out on the flight line for standby for the convoys. I said, yep, I know. So that was the first. We didn't even have roll call. We just jumped. We got our gear, we changed out with the other crew, and we were out there all day, and we were watching trucks. It wasn't a constant convoy, but you had to take them down. It takes a couple hours for them to disarm them. It's like that, firing them off, from what I've been told. But it was very, very surreal that whole day, watching them go by to go. I was on the alert crash truck that was closest to the just outside the ramp area leading into the alert area where the B-1s were, and they came by, and the cruise missiles, they had tarps over them, but you could see them bringing them down. So a bunch of nukes driving by. The world felt a lot safer back then because of Mr. Yeltsin and President Bush. 26 years ago today, China announced it would spend $27.7 billion to fight erosion and pollution in the Yangtze and Yellow River valleys. And a study 12 years later in the International Journal of Sustainable Development and World Ecology reported that China's grain and green program did reduce annual runoff and sediment in these rivers. So this is back in 1997. Let's see. Helen, those weapons are huge. They move them by convoy here on the motorway. They have escorts and stuff like that. There's a certain procedure when they're moving. They call them line items when I was in the military. And so the nukes, these were what they were dropping off of the B-1 bombers were nuclear tipped cruise missiles. That's what we do see. Oh yeah, that we don't see. Yeah, you'd be surprised. Yeah, I've heard stories on what gets transported and stuff. Even by air, you'd be surprised what gets transported by air. Let's see. On this day, what's this? Oh, on this day, January 3rd, Alaska. When was this? This was back in 1959. Alaska became the 49th state as President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed a proclamation. Let's see. In 1777, General George Washington's army routed the British in the Battle of Princeton in New Jersey towards the end of the Revolutionary War. And a new nation was born as far as once we kicked you Brits out. Now they're our best friends. Thank God. But we didn't learn, because the same thing happened over in Vietnam, with the Vietnamese. They wanted their own country, and we just hide behind that facade of communism and stuff like that. We're good friends with Vietnam now, as Maybe eventually we'll be good friends with Afghanistan, but I don't think anytime soon. Not the way that country's going. It's a shithole. Let's see. What do we have here? In 1961, President Dwight D. Eisenhower announced the United States was formally terminating diplomatic and consular relations with Cuba. That's part of that communist thing, Cuba with Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro took over Cuba, and that wasn't well liked. On this day in 1967, Jack Ruby, the man who shot and killed Lee Harvey Oswald. I remember seeing that on black and white TV. Oh my God. I didn't even know what was going on, but just thinking about it, it's like that was the accused assassin of President John F. Kennedy. Jack Ruby died in a Dallas hospital, and he probably took a lot of secrets with him. He killed Lee Harvey Oswald, who assassinated President John F. Kennedy. Again, 1977, Apple Computers Incorporated in Cupertino, California, by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak. And who's this guy? Mike Makakulo Jr.? Whoever that was. I thought it was just Steve and Woz. I love Woz. Woz is a cool guy. I watch him he's on YouTube every once in a while. He's a good guy. In 2007, President Gerald R. Ford, who I met, he was laid to rest on this day on the grounds of the Presidential Museum in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's out where Tim Fan 40 is at. During the ceremonies, watched by thousands of onlookers, and I remember that. He was my president. You know the story. I met him. I shook his hand. I talked to him for about 15, 20 minutes. He walked across the day room there at the fire station. His knee buckled. It's like, oh, did he trip on the rug? No, he has a trick knee. He played football for Michigan State, and maybe he's the reason Michigan State's winning. He's the little angel. He's pushing him a little bit, but he had a football injury. That's why they called him the clumsy president. He had a. It's not like the current president. Current president is just old and elderly, but President Gerald Ford. He had a knee injury when he was played football at Washington in Michigan State, but a very good man. First impressions was, wow, this guy. I was just in awe. It's back in the early '80s there. Let's see, what else do we got? And in 2020, the United States killed Iran's top general in airstrikes at Baghdad International Airport. Oh, I forgot about that one. The Pentagon said General, whatever his name is, the head of the Iranian elite force, had actively developed plans to attack the Americans, and he was taken out. Yeah, that was right there. That was a badass take. I think I heard this the last couple of days. The Israelis, was it the IND, Israeli National Defense Force or something like that, whatever they're called. They took out one of the top leaders of Hamas. As far as that goes, they need to rid them of that. It's just, and people need to wake up. What Hamas really is. Hamas is just, they're terrorists. They're the worst. And believe me, the only good terrorist is a bad terrorist. Well, we had this one guy, what was on the news last night? Rochester, New York.
Oh.
This weekend, there's a guy that was going to take out some folks. He went and he bought all these gas cans, put them in the car, and he had it rigged to where he was going to go into a crowd and explode or something like that, right? I say...
Well, he did explode. I don't know.
It must have been a misfire or something like that, but it just... He
ran into something, pedestrian bridge or something.
Yeah, he ran into something that probably ignited, but he had a whole bunch of gas cans in his car, and he was looking at... This was in Rochester, New York. It's like freaking crazy people out there. You could say it's a little mental and stuff like that, but when you want that much destruction, I don't have any... Believe me, I don't have any... what's the word? Sympathy. I don't have any sympathy at all. Zero. Zippo. That's the same thing I feel about Hamas. I feel for the Palestinian people, don't get me wrong. But a lot of people don't realize the Palestinian people used to be Jordanian. They started calling themselves Palestinians after 1960. Look in history. Okay? So it's semantics as far as that goes. The general people, just like people that are really pro-China with, whatever, and say, oh, China's great, there's nothing wrong. China is an adversary to the world. Okay? They're being the bully over there in the Pacific. You can't tolerate that. And you have to you can't just appease to it. So those people that got their heads stuck in the sand don't realize what China's doing. Does China have some? Yeah, keep on breaking out the good products. That's what's keeping them from going ballistic or going to war like that freaking nutcase in Russia. They like the money. They don't want to disrupt the boat. They're rattling the swords. That's fine, okay. But this thing where they want to go to war, not unless they're not going to outrightly go to war. They don't want to be in Russia's shoes. And Russia, as much as we don't hear that much about the news, Russia's in deep shit. Of course, the Ukrainians, they're getting strung out, and there has to be some end game on that and stuff like that. So, but terrorists, there's never an end game. There's never an end game for Hamas. They're not gonna release the prisoners. Oh, you guys stop your fighting and we'll release the prisoners. That's bullshit. Okay, I'm going off on a tangent. I don't want to go. I caught myself. Okay, let's see here. What else do we have? That's it for that. Okay, when I come back, I'm going to take a break here. I want to fresh my coffee up as far as that goes. Let's see, what are we looking at here? We're looking at that. No, we're looking at that. Okay, we're looking at that. Okay. I will be right back. I'm going to go ahead and refresh my coffee for all you folks that are out there. Just hold tight in the chat, who's ever still here. I do appreciate let's see, I got 3 on the counter. So some of you guys might have to go back to work. I know Tony's probably making his way into the day job as far as that goes. So what's that? Oh, you know what? I forgot to do. No, we're not going to do that today.
What?
That's the penny saver, isn't it? Monday I usually do the penny saver. I forgot to do the penny saver this week.
There's nothing in it.
There's nothing in the penny saver? Okay. Let me just double check this. What the hell? Why isn't that? Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, I just gotta wait. Hang on. Oh, let's see. Okay, I'll be right back. And you guys hang loose. I'll be right back. I pressed the right button. There we go. And we're back. We are back. We are back, folks. Okay. Got a fresh cup of coffee. We're just coming up on 1 hour. And let's see, it still says be right back. But we are back as far as that goes. Let's see, for our second hour. And our broadcast is doing very good. So let's see. There we are. We're back on the big screen. And so I normally talk about. Let's see. How's this? This has got banged up a little bit. Let me put that right there. There we go. As you can see, the sun is starting to come up here. And let's see. I think Jackie. We might have Jack sitting up on the perch. We might have Jack sitting up on the perch. Okay, we were talking about Tony D's broadcast here. Fantasy, Bell Kings Fantasy Football is like he's going to keep on doing it during for the playoffs. Of course, this is the last week where we pick our winners and losers, and right now Tony he's just kicking ass. It looks like he'll be the winner, because I think when we make our picks, usually when I make my picks and Tony makes his picks and everybody makes it, we're like two or three. That's not going to be enough to change what's already, unless Tony really craps out this week, which I don't think that's going to happen. But he talked about continuing it through the playoffs. But I'm just throwing this out, Tony, if you're still there and listening. We do have a way of continuing football, and I found this past weekend over the holidays. I looked at it, and this is this article. Let me bring it up here for a moment. Let me change this to that, and let's see. We know what the XFL and USFL, those are those two football teams, okay, or two football leagues, or spring football leagues, okay. Well, they're doing something, and let me present that. Push it. There we go. And I found this on the Fox Sports channel. Fox Sports United Football League reveals 18 markets and head coaches for 2024. The XFL, USFL combining to right here to become the United Football League. So, and I found this pretty interesting. It's not going to be 2 seasons. It's going to be 1 season with the XFL and USFL combining into the United Football League. So you got 4 teams from each side as far as that goes. And the United Football League, the USFL, the new Premier Spring League, born from the merging of the USFL and XFL, was announced on New Year's Eve. So I'm not sure if you guys heard about that. There was a XFL tweeted it out, just beginning, and we can't wait. Who's gonna have the rowdiest and loudest crowds? So the USFL season begins March 30th, right there, March 30th, with a matchup between the Birmingham Stallions, and they've been a champion one of the leagues, and Arlington Renegades. Those are 2 champions from both leagues, last year's champions of the USFL and XFL respectively. So that's going to be a good game. Those teams will be joined by 6 other teams sorted into 2 conferences, the USFL and the XFL conference. And in the USFL conference, let me see, I gotta make sure I see this here. Okay. In the USFL conference, you're going to have the Birmingham Stallions, the Houston Roughnecks, the Memphis Showboats, the Michigan Panthers. And then in the XFL conference, you're going to have the Arlington Renegades, the DC Defenders, San Antonio Brahmas. That's a fighting. I think I had some funniness with that last year with Tony. Tony was razzing me about that team. Brahmas. I thought it was a bull, but it's a chicken, a fighting chicken. And then the St. Louis Battlehawks. They were my team last year with the XFL, and but Texas has one. They have Houston, Arlington, and San Antonio. So Texas has three teams in the new formed USFL as far as that goes. So Houston was one overlapping market between the USFL and XFL, and it was one of the strongest markets for both leagues. As a result, the USFL Houston Gamblers have been rebranded the Houston Roughnecks. Players will be report to training camp February 24th in Arlington, Texas. And there's a bit where Dwan Johnson and Danny Garcia joined College Game Day announcing the merge. The head coaches of the 2024 season include familiar names from both the USFL and XFL. Collectively, they bring decides of coaches and players' experience, a passion of the game, and commitment. And those are the coaches. I've heard of Skip Holtz. Hey, Tina, good morning. Good morning. Tina coming in from Jersey. Glad to have you here. Those are the coaches right there. This past Monday, news revealed an announcement by Danny Garcia and Dwayne Johnson on ESPN College Day. So that was them making the announcement as far as that goes. So that's good. That's good news. I know Helen doesn't like it because she doesn't really care for football, but they have soccer, the European soccer, football, you could say, year round. So why not American football? So I'm pretty excited about this. This is something that could be brought up on a weekly basis. Tony, just as a hint. I know we suggested it, but this is a brand new combined merging of two leagues into a new league, the United Football League, the UFL. And I think it's good. I think they play a pretty good football game. It's not the best. Let's see, ads start in 5 minutes. So there we have it. That was I'm glad Tony talked about fantasy football, the Fantasy Football League, because that reminded me to bring that article up to present. And Tony's saying hi to Tina. So I don't know. Did you hear about that, Tony? The USFL? I'm listening, driving. Oh, okay. You're driving. No, don't. Okay, just two hands on the wheel. Okay, you're heading into the day job, and I don't know if Ted's still there, if he heard about it, because I just found out about it here the last couple of days when I came across that article. So I'm pretty stoked as far as continuing football into the baseball season. Haven't had any ads yet. Oh, you haven't had any ads? Oh, okay. Well, I think it's another 3 minutes before the ads. You shouldn't get any ads. You never got any ads before, so keep me posted on the ads there, folks. What's this? Playing just chatting. What's this just chatting thing? What's this? I saw something new here. What is this? Oh, that's the category. Okay, we'll go back here. Okay. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I know you're subscribed, Tony. I know. Just keep me posted as far as that goes. Appreciate it. Let's see. I gotta do something here. Let's see. Control. What do we got there? Let me get rid of that one. Yeah. Let's remove that. Okay. We just got a little minor cleanup there as far as that goes. Okay, so that's exciting as far as that goes. Helen, if you're still there, the other day, Monday, I guess it was Monday late morning, I was broadcasting and I presented the 100 what in the news 100 years ago today from Binghamton, New York on Fox 40. They had one last night. Actually, they had one New Year's Day, and they don't have it up. It's not on their page this morning, but they do have one, and but I don't see one this morning as far as that goes. Let me go to the main page again. Yeah, they don't have on as far as, but they did have one that day. Oddly enough, when we were talking. But let's see. This is let's see. Let's get rid of the football one. We already talked about that. I've got a Fox 40 News, and when I saw this picture of this, let's see. We got an ad break in another minute. Let's see if I can bring this up here at least. Share. And we're going to go ahead and push it to the broadcast. Okay. And there's the article. And it's a new eatery comes to Vestal Parkway. Now this building, new Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen is a big deal. The previous occupants, this if you knew anything, this is the Vestal Parkway. You see the highway off to the right. That's let me see. Let me get this here. Let me bring this up. Let's see. If you look right over here above my microphone, that road, that's the Vestal Parkway. There's a whole line of stores on either side, okay? And this is a new eatery. This building right here used to be a Friendly's ice cream restaurant. Me, the missus, and the kids, when they were younger, used to go there and had quite a few meals. They had a whole bunch of these all over the southern tier here, and they sort of subsided. But a new eatery is coming to the Vestal Parkway. And we're going to go ahead and listen to this article, or this let me bring up the okay, here we go.
For all the foodies out there, the Vestal Parkway will be getting a new addition to its restaurant selection. The town of Vestal Councilman Stephen Donnelly announced earlier today that a Dairy Queen will be coming to what was formerly a Friendly's location. In a Facebook post, Donnelly said the town has worked hard to secure a new tenant and that they have finally succeeded. The lot has been vacant since the closing of the Friendly's in 2013, and Donnelly said the date has not been established, but it will be coming in the near future. For all the foodies out.
So there you have. We're going to have a new Friendly's as far as that goes, and let's see. The town of Vestal councilman announced. That Dairy Queen is that's a big deal because the nearest Dairy Queen is like a 2-hour drive from here. So we'll be coming to the formal Friendly's. That was a Friendly's restaurant located on Vestal Parkway. The lot's been vacated since 2013. Wow. So the new Dairy Queen will be the first one in the southern tier with the closest 57 miles away in the township of Pennsylvania. So that's over an hour's drive is the nearest Dairy Queen. So I think that was pretty cool as far as that goes. A new Dairy Queen. And let's see, our ad begins. So those folks missed out as far as squirrel. Ellen with the squirrel. Let's see, what else do I got? I do have. We're talking about. See now, There's another build. There's another complex that's going to be revitalized here in the southern tier, and let me bring that article up here as far as that goes. This is from my favorite news page, WNBF, as far as that goes, and let's see. Let's do the present. Yeah, this one. Okay, this is the one we want. And we push it. We push. Let's push it. There we go. Okay, and in this article here, this is from WNBF. And what we have is then and now. Oakdale Mall transformed to the Oakdale Columns. Now, what this picture shows, as far as that goes, let me make sure I got it. This picture over here, let's see, this is my hand right here. It's this picture right here. No, that picture right there. What that picture shows, it's trying, my left is my right, and my right is my left. What this picture shows right over here is a picture, an aerial view. You like that, Tina? You got to do the opposites because of this camera thing at OBS. That's a picture, an aerial picture of the Oakdale Mall when it was being under construction. I've talked about, and way in the back there, the back half of this, they completely gutted, and they're redoing. It's no longer a mall. It's called the Oakdale Commons. It's still a mall in a sense. They still have some stores there and stuff, but you can see on the back, up there towards the just below the WNBF news radio, that area has all been gutted out and reconstructed. You have I talked about the Dick's Sporting Goods. It's on the front end of the building there. It's a huge sporting goods store. They're revitalizing this. So this is the then and now, the transform to the Oakdale Commons, as far as that goes. And then and now, loving progress of the southern tier. It's landscape that will always be changing. Over the past few years, looked then and now at the Vessel Parkway, downtown Binghamton, Upper Front Street, downtown Norwich, and a few other places through the lens of Google Maps. And you can see the changes. This is a big change for the southern tier right here. But this is, I thought it would be cool to check out even the ever-changing Oakdale area in Johnson City. Yeah, the Oakdale Commons is in Johnson City. Fortunately, Google Maps has been through the area recently, showing the changes so far. So this is that picture is from. I don't think that's on Google Maps. I think that's a local. That's probably from a drone. But as you know, and I've told you this, the Oakdale Commons is a massive work progress. They're going to have a BJ's there. They're going to have a Buster's, an adult entertainment place called Buster's, and a Chipotle. Chipotle, that's going to be massive. I think the Chipotle's already there. They're not attached to the mall, but they're right next to the mall, or the Oakdale Commons. And the ideas are good ideas, especially when we hear so many malls around the country are being shuttered. And that's not happening here in Oakdale. The transformation will continue. There have been many new additions and outside the Oakdale Commons, and more to come. Here are a few short, and then now, as far as that goes. Let's see. Here's some pictures. That's Macy's. That's been totally changed. This right here, that's a front end. What if you were to look at that now, you would see Dick's Sporting Goods. That's a picture of then, but now. That's the changes. And there it is. That's the Dick's Sporting Goods. So you can see the transformation. Okay. So that's what it was before. It used to be a Macy's. Okay. It used to be Macy's, and I bought the missus a couple Christmas presents there. It's a little high end Macy's. BJ's and Buster's sounds filthy. Yeah, it does, but they're good stores. You would enjoy Buster's, Helen. Tina's laughing. And BJ's, that's a big department store. But that's where Macy's used to be. Okay. And that's when they were closed. Okay, you can see the difference in the parking lot. Parking lot's full. It's empty there. That's what it looks like now. And the gas station, that's part of the BJ's conglomerate. They're putting good stores in there. Yes, they are putting good stores in, Tina. So that's a transformation. The Dick's Sporting Goods, this place right here is huge. It's the biggest. It is by far the largest and biggest sporting goods store in the world. It takes up that whole end of the building. It is huge. Let's see. This is the front end of the building. This is where the front end of the. Okay, this is what it looked like then. That's when it was constructed. Okay, on this end right over here, there's a place that's called the Beer Tree. It's a brewery. So they have a brewery on this end. And that's the construction of it. You can see they're just whacking it down. I think this is where BJ's goes. BJ's and Buster's. And the transformation. Let's see, what do we have over there? That used to be Sears. So that's the construction. It used to be Sears right there on the end. That's where it closed down. Now this is a medical outfit, and then over around on this ramp area over here on the right, that's on the back end, there's a brewery over there. This is the brewery. Right here, this is the brewery right here. This half right here is the medical, and this part right here is the factory, Beer Tree Brewery right here. That place, it is delicious. They have stone-made hearth pizzas. They brew their own beer. The stuff is great. That beer right there that they make can beat out any European beer. I miss Sears and Macy's, yeah. But they weren't doing it, Tina. They weren't doing it. They put a gas station at our BJ's. Yeah, BJ's, I guess you can get cheap gas there. BJ's, they have gas stations. So, but this is used to be the old Sears right here, but this is a local hospital moved in there. But on this end, it's the factory. It's a Beer Tree factory. Well, it's factory of Beer Tree Brewery. We just call it the Beer Tree. The place is phenomenal. We've been there a number of times. Matter of fact, we one of our the missus is me Christmas presents that we got from one of our family members there. Is a gift certificate to go there. So we're gonna be having lunch there here in the next month or two. So let's see what else they have. I haven't looked at this. This is the side entrance. Is this the back side? I'm trying to remember what side this was. Okay, that's then. And that's when that was still then, and this is now. Oh no, that was when they're doing the construction, Oakdale Mall. Oh, okay, okay, let's look at this. This will give us an idea. Let me set this up.
Hey, what's going on, YouTube? We're down here walking on an incredibly noisy Reynolds Road alongside the Oakdale Mall. It's October, which means it's a new month, so we're going to check out the progress here at the Oakdale Commons. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you end up liking it. Hit that subscribe button down below. Both of those things are free and really help me out with the algorithm. So let's check out the progress here in October of 2023.
That's all the construction that was going on in the complex right there. That's the big sporting house of sports.
So obviously we're down here on the eastern end of the mall, eastern side. BJ's right in front of us. Future Dave and Buster's directly in front of us as well. You can see a lot of the parking lot work is getting going. Got a giant earth moving vehicle there. You can see all the planter islands and where the pavement's going to go. Let's zoom in on that truck real quick. Sorry if my camera works a little shaky here. I'm not used to using this tripod yet, apparently.
Okay, Helen.
So yeah, just gonna take a short little jaunt down Reynolds.
Thank you, Helen. We'll see you later. Glad to have you here. You have a great day. Bye. So this is showing the construction part that was still taking place back in October of last year, and it gives you a good idea of the extent. And Tina saying, "See you, Helen." And you can see that again. This is an area that me and the missus. That's the front entrance there to the Oakdale Mall right there, and they completely gutted out more than, I would say, almost 2/3 of the mall as far as the floor space. And they even over towards, this is over towards, they go a little bit further right, you can see the that's the new you got the medical and you got the beer tree factory on the very end. Those were already in place before they started this construction. So they're redoing the parking lots there, as far as this gentleman's video is showing, and they're doing construction up there. So it was a major construction job over the last year and a half.
Factory by Beer Tree.
Yep, there's a,
Has an awesome deck if you've never been there.
there's a
So
beer
let's
tree.
go down a little bit further and we'll look closer at the BJ's wholesale entrance. So again, we're looking at BJ's, the entrance over there, but over here, what I'm focusing on, looks like it's going to end up being the lawn and garden area, because it's like semi-caged in like you would see at a Lowe's or a Home Depot or something like that. So I just thought that was cool. And then you got some loading docks.
Okay, I think that's about it. I don't think there's that much. Let's see. It's showing the newer stuff. Let's see. I think it shows the front end of Dick's Sporting Goods there.
All right, we're down at the south end of the mall now. This is Dick's.
Yeah, this is a sporting goods store right here. This is huge. They have several things that they can do in there, and it's a freaking huge. I don't know if he has video here. Let's see if he has inside video.
We're here the day it literally opened, so let's do a quick look inside and see if
we are going to go inside.
It opened now that some of the hype has kind of died down, and we'll just take a look. I do quite like the new paint scheme of the mall. It looks cleaner and fresher.
Now, I was just in this store a couple months ago. You can see how huge it's beautiful inside here.
It's not wall-to-wall slammed like it was on day one. But there's some people buying some stuff, so that's good to see. It's also the middle of the week, you know. It's like a Wednesday, so I don't expect there to be like a ton of weekend shoppers here or anything, but it's good to see a couple people around at least. All right, let's go downstairs and see what's going on down there.
See, I didn't take the elevator. I used the stairs.
You have to text message with them using these two buttons somehow.
So, like you're saying, this is how it looked when we went in there in the middle of the day, the weekday. It's not that busy of a place. It's early morning, and you can see all the products they have out there. It's huge. Anywhere you look, you see quality merchandise.
That's so cool. It's like every color of the rainbow. So we're over by the golf simulator now. And I got to say, the downstairs kind of empty compared to the upstairs, but there's still maybe good 12 people down here. They got this putting green over here that I kind of neglected in my initial grand opening day video. Gotta say, it's remarkably clean still. Kind of think somebody would stain it or something by now.
We were in there just a month. This is several months. We were in there several months after this opened up when construction was still going on. It's the cleanest place I've ever seen, and when it was Macy's, it was pretty clean too.
Around the Dick's House of Sport and the Oakdale Commons progress here in October of 2020.
Okay, so there you have it. As far as that's a good video to give you an idea of what the Oakdale Commons is like as far as that goes. And I didn't even see that then and now. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good thing there. And Tina says we have one near. They're good too. Yeah, Dick's Sporting Goods. They're really good. But this is Tina. This one is dubbed the according to Dick's Sporting Goods. This is their largest store. And it is by far, the local news here has been saying that it is the largest Dick's Sporting Goods store in the world as far as that goes. And let's see, do I have anything else to present? Let's see. I think that's it. Let's see. Toll hikes. We can do, we paid our toll. So I guess that's about it for the present as far as that goes. What are we doing at time? Oh, we're at an hour and 30 minutes. So I think that's, seeing that I started late, an hour and 30 minutes. I think we're at a good time right here. But that's you can see there's progress going on, and that's always a good thing when you see progress like that. Old buildings like the Friendlies is now a Dairy. It's going to be a Dairy Queen. The old Oakdale Mall is being renovated, and you got some premier. It's going to be better than when it was the mall. Now there's some stores that are still there. The Penny's is still there. I think who else went there? I don't know. Penny's is still there at the mall. There's still a premier store. I can't think of, but Sears moved out. Macy's moved out. There's other stores, clothing stores. There's some good shoe stores in there as far as that goes, and it's a good, and I like the name that they made, Oakdale Commons. It's it's not a mall, it's a commons. It's where people meet. I mean, the place is still utilized every day by people that walk. It's a good place to walk. I mean, if you walk maybe, I think 2 times around, it equals a mile almost. Okay, I mean the whole inside perimeter, and there's people that do the walking bit, and there's other outlets that are there. So they just want to get away from, well, it's not the mall, it's the commons where people meet. And my daughter is up. I better. Okay, Tina, thank you. I'm getting ready to wrap up the broadcast here myself. So you have a great day, Tina, and you have the best to you and your daughter. Greatly appreciate you being here. Thank you. So, and that's what's fun about doing this broadcast. I can present things like that. Yeah, thanks. Ciao to you too, Tina. As far as being able to present in my window here, let's see. Do I got anything else to present? Let's see. Oh, this will be a good article. Let's bring this up. Let's see, I can bring this up. As much as people are beating down on, let's see, I saw this and I posted this up on my Twitter last. Let's see. let me go ahead and present. Everybody's beating up on Elon Musk. I don't have anything against Elon Musk, but there's some people out there that are pretty harsh. Okay, yeah, he's a billionaire. He made his money, and I think the people that are ragging on him and want to see his demise. Okay, took over Twitter. Yeah, he bought Twitter, folks. Remember that. He bought Twitter. I think for the most part, I think Twitter has been a little bit better since it was over the previous, even though the previous people that managed Twitter are over there on Blue Skies. I like Blue Skies. Blue Skies is pretty good. Let's see, is this presenting? But there was some news that came out about Elon Musk and then Tesla. Let me bring that up. Okay, there it is. This is on Fox Business, as far as that goes. And let's see, did I even it out? Let's see. So there's some people that are you know, and okay, he's having problems with this and that, but they're problems to where there's solutions. Okay, so I found this article that's in a positive note because there's a lot of crap out there that people ragging on, seeing they literally want Elon to fail. I didn't like Steve Jobs, but I didn't want Apple to fail. Okay, so I would sort of hope people are a little more respectful. But there's some people out there that just they want to see this guy crash and burn. But here's some good news: Tesla beats the odds with year-end delivery push. So, and he's talking about, okay, he's got the truck out. I'm not going to present that, but Tesla Cybertruck is the ugliest vehicle I ever laid my eyes on. Yeah, it's pretty ugly, but there's some people that like it. But Tesla estimates for fourth quarter deliveries this past Tuesday. They met their deliveries. Elon Musk electric vehicle company delivered a record 484,507 vehicles between October and December. Did any other car company do that? No, I don't think so. They're receding from electric, and I think Elon might want to scale it down because at the end of this article, there's some eye-opening news about electric cars in general. But Tesla had pushed to hand over more Model 3 electric cars before the tax incentives. There's no more tax incentive. That's one thing. But analysts polled by the London Stock Exchange Group has said the end of tax incentives would bring sales forward into the fourth quarter and impact deliveries in 2004. They predicted Tesla would deliver that many 473,000 plus vehicles by the end of the year, but the company beat that expectation. Okay, so there's a Tesla right there on the showroom over there at the Chinese International Fair of Trade and Services in Beijing this past September. The rear-wheel drive, that's a Tesla 3. But was it? There's something here. There's a Tesla 4 model or Tesla 3 model displayed a day ahead of officially opening in the Munich auto show this last September. Tesla has delivered 461,000 Model 3 cars and Model Y sports utility vehicles and handed over 23,000 units of other models, the report says. And there we got Tesla right there. Staff member looking at a new Tesla Model 3 displayed. Musk said in October his company is aimed to manufacture about 250,000 Cybertrucks units. Whether they sell or not, we'll see. We'll see. He explains that there will be enormous challenges in reaching volume productions with the Cybertruck, and let's see. Tesla said it expects to deliver 2.2 million vehicles in 2024, an increase of nearly 22,000, but slower than the 38% growth they've seen. But there's a report that the market is starting to soften. Maybe I will show this video. Let's play this.
For like a certain percentage of everything we do finally crossed into NetSuite, and you could see it made an immense difference. NetSuite is really the hub that gets all of it together for us.
But wait, there's more.
All right, that was Tesla doing a little showing off of its new, I think it's almost $61,000 Cybertruck. What made that kind of funny is it in a speed race, it beat a Porsche. And what was kind of funny in the end is, this is worth a sense of humor here, that Cybertruck was actually hauling a Porsche and still beat it. But the thing, at least to me, it's so ugly. And I had a lot of young people on my staff who immediately said, "No, Neil, this is very cool looking. I would get it in a minute," something like that. I think they were looking for me to help them out with that, but that's not going to happen. Anyway, Mike Caudle is here, auto expert extraordinaire out of Nashville. Mike, I'm looking at this, and maybe I'm showing my age. It looks ugly to me. I'm sure it's great. I understand it's bulletproof. Given some of the emails I get, that could come in handy. But I'm wondering, what do you make of it?
Well, Neil, thanks for having me on. And let me just start with this. Your younger staff, they're nuts. It is ugly. It is the ugliest vehicle I think I have ever laid eyes on. It actually goes all the way back to the Pontiac Aztec as one of the most ugly cars ever to hit the market. Now, the story...
You're dating yourself, young man.
Yeah, and this... That's exactly. And the story with Elon, it's always hype, right? This Tesla Cybertruck came out in 2019. It's taken them 4 years to bring it to market. It was originally $40,000. They bumped it in 4 years, almost up another $20,000. But that's just the starting price, right? At $60,000. There's a $100,000 version with that 845 horsepower and a 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds with 10,000 foot-pounds of torque. And yeah, it can out-tow a Ford F-250, and it is faster than a 911. But frankly, who needs to be the first one to the red light, right? I just look at it as all hype when it comes to Elon with this Cybertruck. Bulletproof, yeah, I need bulletproof to get down to Kroger to pick up my groceries. I just think it's always hype with him, and I'd like to see it come to market. I just think the design is really going to push people away from it.
Well, I'm glad I went out on a limb there talking about that. But the one thing I wondered too, Mike, is whether the bloom is off the rose for a lot of these vehicles, that a lot of the big automakers are scaling back their production plans because they say the demand isn't there. I think GM was first and foremost with that. It's not to say that they don't have a future, but it might not be as near a future as some thought. Where are you on this and where this whole technology is going?
Yeah, Neil. So if you really look at it like this, Ford Motor Company has pumped the brakes on its electric technology as far as where they're at with battery right now. Everyone is pulling back, and it's because it's all about demand, right? You can build the cars, and I'll be honest with you, I've test driven just about every electric vehicle on the market. They have far surpassed my expectations of what an electric vehicle can be. But at the end of the day, it's all about demand. Do people want to buy electric vehicles? And the answer is we're still sitting at about 7%. Take rate on people buying electric vehicles, and right now the market is just not ready for it.
There we have it. As far as that goes, and that's a big question. Do people want to buy an electric car? Not at the price that they're showing. I would be a little hesitant as far as that goes, and but that's a good insight of where electric cars are going, even though good news for Elon Musk and Tesla delivering that many cars. Like the gentleman said, the market's only at 7%. I've seen a lot more electric cars now than I have in years past. But the demand, that's a big thing. The demand is down low. I mean, I sort of grumble a little bit when I'm on the highway and I get passed by a Tesla now. It's like they're just zooming by. It's like, but the big question, do people want, and we'll see this year, because it seems like Elon Musk with Tesla is going to be delivering more and more electric cars. Other companies, the major companies, they're starting to, you see commercials. I still see a lot of commercials still on the TV when I do watch TV, as far as that goes during the course of the week. But does somebody want to fork out $80,000, over $100,000 for an electric truck, an electric Jeep? No. Because what happens if there's a power outage and you can't charge your car? Okay? You know, that's what I'm saying. Fossil fuel is not going to go away anytime soon as far as that goes, because so I just think that was an interesting take there. And I think that's where we're going to end it with presenting. I love presenting. A good article. Interesting news. So again, there's people that rag on Elon Musk. Give it a break. You know, people want to see, they publicly say they want to see Elon, you know, on Twitter. A big thing. Okay, Twitter's Twitter. Okay, Twitter is, in my opinion, Twitter or X, X/Twitter, it's gotten better. Is it great? Nah, it's okay. Okay, there's other places. There's Blue Sky. The guys that are running Blue Sky used to run Twitter. I think Blue Sky is a nice place to be. But to rag on these and wish that they're going to be, I don't think Elon's going away. So those people got to realize, and there's another gentleman that they thought was going to go away, but he's not getting away. He's just getting stronger and stronger, and he may be our next president. Well, time will tell. Again, I don't like talking about politics here. Keep it real. Keep it. I can have a discussion, but I'm not going to debate you and stuff like that. I know people are set in their ways, but it's sort of discouraging to see smart people, very smart people, wanting and wishing the demise of Elon Musk on Twitter, X/Twitter, or his other. He is a unique individual. So was Steve Jobs, folks. I didn't really care for Steve Jobs, but you know, you look at the work that he did with Apple and stuff. It moved the ball forward. Elon Musk is definitely moving the ball forward. A lot of people don't like that, but that's the way it is. Okay, just my 2 cents worth and stuff like that, just to keep it on. So this has been great. We're gonna go ahead and exit stage left. We're at an hour and. We're at an hour and 46 minutes, so we're under the 2 hours. No 3-hour broadcast for Ted Hicks there that he mentioned. Hour 45 minutes is a good time to break here because I started late and I want to get my day going. Plus, I need more coffee. I'm all out of coffee. It's gone. I got to get some more coffee. So we'll end it here as we get our day started here. A hashtag positive start today. Hashtag PSTTD for you all you folks out there. Thank you for watching on here on Twitch on the replay, as well as Rumble and YouTube. Rich Roberts here on the Twitch. At Fireman Rich over there on X/Twitter. Blue Sky, Truth Social, and Getter. Threads. Instagram Threads. I'm also over on the Facebook, The Real Fireman Rich. So you all have a great one wherever you may be on this big blue marble. And let's see, tomorrow will be the Fireman Rich audio podcast on Spotify for podcasters. So look for that on my X/Twitter page, Fireman Rich. You all have a great one wherever you may be on this big blue marble. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. And thanks again for everyone in the chat. Greatly appreciate Tony D coming in. Our good friend Ted Hicks. Oh no, Tim Fan. Let me back up. Tim Fan was first. Tim Fan. Ted Hicks coming in. Tony D coming in. Helen coming in. And Tina coming in. Thank you very much, those in the chat. Greatly appreciate you all. Have a great one. And as well as the people watching on the replay. Thank you very much. And live life, have fun. Ciao for now. I said that, didn't I? Take care.